Number 34. I wanted to give you video instructions for this in case you missed it in class or need to hear them again. Number 34, you're going to design a unique angiosperm. And I have the documents linked here, and I'm going to pull them up as I talk about them. Designing an angiosperm, or a flowering plant. The idea here is not to go out and copy what exists. The idea is uniqueness. So there's two sections to this document. The first one, section 1, has some questions that talk about you as an individual. These are some preferences you might have that you can incorporate into your plant to help to make it unique. After you've gone over those questions, you don't have to write the answers down. You're not going to report them out to anyone. They're just a way to prime your brain for creative uniqueness in your plant. But it's actually section 2 where you need to get to the science of things. And these are not questions you're going to already know, most likely. You're going to be doing a good bit of research and searching for resources that explain this. As a matter of fact, I have a link on 34 that's a class spreadsheet in which you can share out with your classmates any resources you find, or if you're struggling finding resources, you could rely on some of those from your classmates. So it's kind of a give or take. You've probably heard of this before, collaboration. But you're going to talk about how does your plant, you're going to design a leaf that matches the climate of the plant, where it lives, its temperature, its rainfall, those sorts of things. And you're going to have to do some research about leaves and how they match climate. Think, how are cactuses designed for the heat? How are jungle plants designed for the jungle? Is your plant an annual or perennial? You need to know what those are, and we need to see it reflected in the plant design you have. Is it a monocot or dicot? We've looked at the features of monocots and dicots before, but I'm going to bet you're going to need to pull up one of those tables again. And when you tell us a monocot, we better see that in the design. If you tell us dicot, we better see that in the design. Is it a complete or incomplete flower? Is it a perfect or imperfect flower? Bill Nye talked about them, but you also are probably going to have to do a little research online, and your diagram better look like what you claim it to be. Two other big ones are, how is your plant pollinated and how does it disperse its seeds? When you design your flower, it needs to reflect the pollination type. So if you're going to attract a pollinator, you better have the features that attract those types of pollinators. Again, research. If you claim butterfly, you better have a flower that is known to attract butterflies. Look at color, look at UV patterns, look at scents, nectar rewards, what brings in butterflies, or what brings in bees, or what brings in beetles. Design what you know. Same thing with seed dispersal. When your plant matures, produces a fruit or a seed, that better match the kind of seed dispersal you're describing to us. And what you're going to create there is probably multiple drawings, or if not, one big drawing with a lot of zoom ins or call outs to focus on not only a plant and its environment, but a leaf, a detailed flower, a detailed fruit and a seed, and then be prepared. In other words, write these things down, answers to your section 2 questions. So when we share out in small groups, it's going to be kind of interview style. You can explain and show how your model plant matches what you know about science. Here's the checklist I also added. Think about each one of these boxes being something you check off. What do you need to draw and design, and what do you need to explain to the rest of us to get full credit? So it's not about, oh gosh, I drew a really pretty plant or a really pretty flower. It's about uniqueness, and it's about matching the plant to its conditions. And that is the purpose of number 34.